This is the If More Let's Divide podcast.
Yo, Charlie guys, what did happen? Welcome to the If More Let's Divide podcast. Another episode, Charlie season 4. We start time solid. It go well. Fred, what's popping?
I finally get eyeglasses for sight.
Hey, really? Is it for sight?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
For reading mostly, but
I thought it was one of them Balenciagas.
Charlie, somebody bashed me.
Oh really?
Somebody bashed my car
Today?
last week Thursday. Where me I hit and run.
Wow.
Where I go report give police. Where police say I for go DVLA. Where DVLA say me I for do eye test. That's how we ended up here. That's been a little bit of my week.
Oh Charlie, sorry.
But I love the eyeglasses. I can see
Yeah,
better when
yeah.
I'm reading.
Yeah.
But I don't need it for walking or anything. But
okay.
when I did strain my eye as I did read or I did the phone top.
Because I don't know if I told you, in GSS3 they told me to get glasses,
Really?
and I've never ever, I won't. I don't think I will.
Yeah.
But quite recently, when I'm looking on screen, I see things.
Apparently, it hits us when we go past that age. I don't want to say it because I still like
Charlie.
the young.
But I mean, talking about age, Charlie. Our guest today, I met a while back for the
Okay.
first time, and Charlie, I've seen him grow. I've seen him soar. I've seen him cause trouble through and through.
Yeah.
And I mean, we wanted him for season 3, but it couldn't happen. I couldn't tell when he was here and when he was not here until we
Okay.
met in Osu, and was like, Charlie, but you, what's up? Then I'm like, Charlie, but you, it be me at the search you, be you for search me. We've been wanting you for a minute, and he's here on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Charlie, you go do the honors?
Yes.
Yeah,
Let
do
me
it,
take
do
this one. Social media legend. It talk in mind.
Yeah.
The
Just
women-
like we.
Yeah, the women they film. They take dash. Talented beyond
I swear, that one, dear.
beyond words.
Measure.
His music is different. He's no stranger to the entertainment scene. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, definitely.
I think Pappy Kojo
Yeah.
is rightfully a staple in the Ghanaian cultural space, and we're honored to have him in.
Chai, so guys, help us welcome Pappy Kojo.
Yes, sir. That's the deal.
Charlie, what's popping?
What's good, bro?
Abadzena edabetado, Charlie. you know your fancy is so impeccable. Sometimes because another artist whose fancy is dope is Kwakwese. When he started, I'm like, this guy's fancy is dread.
Yeah.
Then Pappy came with a different level, different layer of fancy. Your fancy is impeccable. Your
Thank
fancy
you.
is crazy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Like, and me at the beginning, I was conflicted because I knew you grew up partly here and partly in Europe. So how come your fancy is so correct?
People ask me this question. I think it's because I grew up with my grandma, and also like there in Italy, like when I'm home, my family, we speak Fanti.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I never left the Fanti alone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So wait, so your grandma, there's something crazy when a child lives with their grandparents.
Of course.
Because I live with my grandmom
Same
too,
here.
and
Well, I live with my granddad. But
And yeah, same. And the way I do things, the way I see things is way different from my friends who lived with their parents.
of course.
Is it because our parents don't have that much experience like our grandparents at that time?
So wisdom is different.
Even the Fanti, like my Fanti is way different. Like people,
Yeah.
so most people in Takoradi don't even understand what I be saying. Apparently my Fanti is like old school Fanti.
Yeah. So wait, like maybe, just say maybe, if you're writing and you want to say something in thick fancy, I'm sure you pause, you call someone to ask, then continue.
No.
Really?
I always know what I'm saying. I always know what I want to say. I always know what I want to say. It's nowadays that I hear certain words and I'm like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like new fancy.
Yeah.
So I want to understand like what they mean.
Yeah.
But never.
Wow. Fred.
Yeah.
New Fanti.
Yeah, like the new kids, like they
Yeah.
be saying some terms to be,
yeah.
you know, I'll be like, then, you know.
Yeah.
But what motivated you to stick with that? Like,
The fancy,
yeah.
it's just me. It's my language, you know. It's just me, you know. I don't know. It's my language. It's what
I mean, you didn't come out with like, okay, I'm gonna be the Fanti guy. I'm gonna do this. It's just you felt like it was a natural way of expression.
In the beginning, I
From
was
an
rapping
artist
in
standpoint.
English.
Okay.
In the beginning, I was rapping in English because everyone was doing English in Ghana.
Okay.
It was up until Kiara and Kojo Q. Yeah, they gave me I was like, why don't you try rapping in Fanti? You know, so my first Fanti verse ever was a song I did with Kiara called By the Way.
Oh yeah. True. So was it difficult switching languages from English rapping in English to or writing in English to writing in Fanti?
I always thought it would be like very difficult, you know, thinking I was like, hey, to rap in Fanti would be difficult.
Yeah.
But the first time, after I did it the first time, it became very easy. It's actually very, very easy.
But how is your Fanti spelling like?
Oh, very well. You know, I liked my Chechenyi back then in school, JSS. So I really followed my Fanti lessons.
Yeah. Shouts to your grandmom. Is she still with us?
Yeah, she is.
So I know your grandmother was is still a very sound Christian.
Oh yeah. Catholic
100%
100%
to the core.
To the core under.
Yeah, I know that to the core.
Yeah.
What does she think? What does she say to you?
She's proud because this is what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
She's proud, but she's not a big fan of my music. She's not. But she's very proud.
Has she tried speaking you out of it? Like,
Oh no, like it's just sometimes my antics, and then she'll call me and tell me to don't do that anymore. Yeah, but
How would she hear of the antics though?
social media, they will snitch.
why Twitter? Is she on Twitter?
No, people will just snitch. They'll call her that Pappy is doing this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grew up in the church some way, somehow, because of your grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were
Anglican.
Yeah, and you were singing in church. You were doing stuff in church.
Oh no, I was never a singer. I was just Sunday school guy. Yeah. Until it was a Sunday school, and then after I got after 10 or 12, I was in the same church with my grandma. So it's like there is Sunday school, and then when you're old enough, you go to the main church.
Yeah. So you went through that.
Yeah.
Many people don't know this. The little that I know, you were, because I don't know if you still are, you were a staunch Christian.
Oh yeah, I mean, I grew up with my
It
grandma.
got to a time where your cousin was even talking against God. You were scared.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
I was a serious Christian. I was, the typical Ghanaian Christian. You know, I believed in the Bible. I believed in Jesus Christ. You know,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
People don't really know this.
So it was as in past tense.
Yeah, I was. Not anymore, no. At all. Like, I couldn't be Christian, even if you pay me.
Yeah, I know what Fred will ask next.
No. I mean,
Why, he's a Christian?
No.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, you know.
Even if you pay me, I couldn't be a Christian anymore. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So what changed?
I grew up. I just realized that certain things are just not reality anymore. You know, like I think there's a difference between Christianity and reality. And I just realized that this is real life, you know. Certain things, maybe it was cool while I was young, but as you grow up, you just know there's no reality, you know.
I feel like you have more to say there.
Yeah, it's just...
Like,
Yeah,
as in, can we go through the mind of somebody who was a big part of the church activities, and then what led to that
I think
transition?
it's an extreme when you say church activity. Like, I just
like
went
going to church. You grew up Christian.
Yeah.
It becomes a part of your nature. You're like, you don't know anything else.
Yeah.
But what causes the awakening to say, this is not real? I gotta do something else?
like when I was in Italy, one of the guys that I used to work with was gay.
Okay.
And growing up to as a Christian, like you're not supposed to like gay people, you know, and like these people are just like humans, just like me, you know. They're just who they are, you know, and it just didn't make sense to me. That was one. Miracles too was another thing. I always doubted, like, how miracles. Like, I've never seen anyone do miracle, you know. So that one to be another one. Yeah, I think that would be it.
Yeah, there are a few things that led to you saying, you know what, this is. But technically, though, just for general speaking, the word of God does not say dislike gay people. It dislikes the act. But the religion practices in a way that makes it hateful. And I understand where you're coming from.
The word of God actually says that. In the Old Testament, it says that.
I know the verse you're referring to.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, biblically, you're supposed to hate the sin, not the human being.
I think that's just an excuse nowadays for Christians to cope out. Like, it's literally saying stone gay people. So,
in the Old Testament.
Yeah, and that's valid. That's God's word.
But in the New Testament.
Yeah, apparently God blessed every.
No, he didn't bless everything. He came to restore, to say that there's a different way.
God's word back then is always also like God doesn't change his words.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't want to go too far into the deep end.
I mean,
but
we just have to keep it real, you know. Yeah. You can't just say Old Testament is not valid anymore.
No, I didn't say it's not valid. I'm saying that the New Testament allows for the room for you to repent of what the sin is. Yeah, but it's not about the human being.
You can't repent from being gay. It's like telling a heterosexual to repent from being heterosexual. It's just who they are.
Yeah, look, I'll give you that. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough spot to be in.
So since we are talking about this, like, what's your take on the recent, thing going around, like passing the bill?
I definitely disagree, because I feel like it's a reach for someone to be in jail or prison for like 3 years just for being who they are. I think it's mad. I also think it's just something that Sam George is something personal to him. So yeah. I mean, if you're in power, you can pretty much do whatever you want. So I think that's what he's doing.
Wow. Do you talking about the bill? There's something that Fred and myself we wanted to ask someone. Do you think the government should also legalize weed or the marijuana?
I thought it was legalized already.
No, it's not like legalized. Yeah. Like how in Italy, you can just go to a shop. And
it's not legalized in Italy. Also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to hide.
Then
maybe in certain states in America, yes, you can.
Yeah, certain states.
New York now. It's legalized. Yeah. I think Ghanaians really love weed. And it's you have to do it for the people.
Yeah. So let me ask you this before Fred comes in. If they say pick one thing that they should legalize, the LGBTQ bill and weed, which one would you pick?
I mean, LGBT is human rights. Even for me to think about it is wrong. LGBT is just straight human rights. So I think it comes first. LGBTQ. We too is. I don't think it's like 100%. Healthy.
Yeah.
So of course, LGBT. I mean, putting people in jail for their sexual preference, like 3 years, 5 years, is mad. So I think, the LGBT.
Dope. Right.
I'm trying to ask, and I wish Mutombo would have been the devil's advocate, because I actually, in principle, think it's draconian, the laws that they're trying to pass against the community. But I think the argument can always be made for civilization and social organization, right? Every demographic group of people are allowed to organize themselves as they see fit. And that's how they come up with laws to govern themselves, so on and so forth. So, not to speak for Sam George, but it sounds to me as though the parents that I talk to, the young people that I talk to that are raising kids and whatnot, a part of their concern is fearing that their children will be socialized to believe that this is a normal way of life. And they, in principle, disagree that it's a normal way of life. Not to say it's not a normal way of life, but from their point of view and the way that they see the world, they believe that it's not a normal way of life. So if they feel this is how they want to organize themselves as a society and how to live, is it inherently wrong for them to want to organize and live in a way that they think they should be able to govern and live in their society?
Okay, so I believe that it's not just homosexual stuff, even heterosexual stuff, kissing in public or doing certain things in public for kids is not normal for kids, you know? Yeah, so I don't think it's just a gay thing that, I think even if I'm holding my girl's butt in public, squeezing it, and there are kids there, I just don't think it's the right thing to do,
Of course,
So when it comes to that, I simply agree. I mean, I agree, but I think it's for everyone, but they're making it seem like it's just the homosexuals and I don't know, but I think it's a broad thing, like it goes for everyone, Yeah.
And Pappy, do you remember the first time we met? Yeah, this time if you go Kaya, you be champion.
I know it's definitely before I can blow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
You can't really. Okay.
If I help
So I must say prelude to my question. I remember where we met, where I was standing, where you were standing.
help me, I go Kai.
Where we met. Legon.
No, Legon, there means not the search girl for that.
No, you weren't. You came to look for someone.
Who?
The Dizzy.
Oh my
Do you remember?
God. Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember those times.
Yeah, Dizzy,
So,
Dizzy had been talking to me about you for a long time before you even came to Ghana.
Bro,
I think.
Bro, I forgot back and see Dizzy.
Charlie,
I forgot.
Dizzy was that guy who was spreading your name before you came to
my
Ghana.
boy.
And where we met was right in front of his door in Legon.
Yeah.
I was coming out from his room and I saw you and he was like, Chai, Pappy this. Then shook you. Then you started talking about me, Chai, I don't want to do, this.
Yeah. I remember those Twitter times, Mutombo the poet. So I already knew who you were, But You're part of the Samquas boys, oh?
Yeah, Charlie. I mean, fun days. I think music, you started with music. You started music at a very young age. It sounds cliche, but it's true.
It's very true.
Because I know that in your home with your cousins, you were making up songs, running around the house.
I'm a
singing.
student. I'm a student of hip life.
So and back then, I might be wrong, you weren't sure.
I was very sure.
You were very sure whether to start or not to start. I just knew this is what I'm supposed to do. I knew it quick. So my question is, so when did you finally go like, yes, I'm going to do this? Start
99.
In 99?
Paimuka.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, after I saw the Yanum video, I was like, nah, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I saw Bravo, I was like, nah.
Was it before your performance at Westline Hotel?
It was way before that. That was 203.
That was 203.
Yeah. I'm talking about 99 when I saw Kwame Nkrumah Yanum video.
Yeah. You're like,
I was sold. I was like, nah,
this is it.
This is what I have to do.
Where do you place Obrafo in the Mount Rushmore of hip life?
Oh, Obrafo is the GOAT.
Yeah,
Obrafo is the GOAT.
Obrafo, and so it's something that we've spoken about. Obrafo and Reggie.
I started listening to Reggie before Obrafo, but it was Obrafo that stamped it for me that this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, I don't play with Reggie. Minam Kai is one of the best. Actually, my favorite Reggie album is Mecca. Yeah, but there's something about Paimuka. Like, I feel like when I die, they should even put the cassette in my coffin for me. Like, there's something about that music. It's just like, those questions when they ask you when you're stuck on an island, which album? It can never be any other album but Paimuka. like back to back. The song.
Really?
For me, yeah, I mean, if you really ask me, because I kind of at some point blend hip hop and hip life as the same genre, because it's the same idea, it's just being expressed somewhat in different languages. But if you ask me to put my top 5 MCs of all time, Obrafo is in there for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I would, between Jay and Big, then I'm struggling, like, who has the lyrical impact in my mind like Obrafo did, to me.
But I think Obrafo's reign was very short. It wasn't the stamp wasn't so strong, wasn't ingrained. I feel
It was for 6 years. So I don't know if 6 years is not enough for you.
I was going to say I feel Pappy's stamp is even more than Obrafo.
Hey Charlie.
That'd
Yes.
be heavy.
No. Let us and I can tell you why.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So Pappy just said Obrafo's reign was for like 6 years. Pappy has been a part of this for more than 6 years, right?
Okay, I can agree to that, but most of my years too, things have changed now. Most of the things is sometimes it's antics, it's not necessarily music that kept me here. It's certain things, other extra stuff that keeps us still,
It's still part.
Yeah, but back then there wasn't no social media, so you can't really blame them,
You know what I'll say? I think he's, and I meant everywhere when I say in your introduction, I think he's a great lyricist and a talent. But when you speak about certain albums, right, Obrafo's impact is like when people talk about Illmatic. They'll say Reasonable Doubt, maybe, but Ready to Die. Like Paimuka is that hip life album where you cannot tell the story of hip life without that album.
And even Asem Sebe. This is Ghana song that touches me, These are like this is like Ghana music, So I don't play with those kind of like
Obrafo is
mad.
So you said that you have some other things that's keeping you here.
Oh yeah, I believe so.
Really.
Oh yeah, I believe so.
But you feel that the foundation was built on your sound.
Yeah, my music, my raps.
So now, if I ask you right now, right, what is still making Pappy? Is it your music or your side issues or side hustles? Because you are still doing shows. I saw your Instagram like some few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You had this large crowd and rocking it.
Yeah. I think the music is still there, when it comes to, because when people see me, it's always still about the music, So I feel like the music will always be part of it. But also there are other extra things that also fuels the music. So I feel like the music is always there, but there might be other things that can.
So like, is it planned? Is everything planned, or that's how you are?
I just think that is just how things are nowadays. Like it's social media and even SAC. I believe it's the same with SAC. Like like with his marriage, his kids.
Yeah.
I think it's all adds up to SAC's story, Like I can't think of anyone else. Maybe I don't know. Come up with, but people with like longevity.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always like
you
extra.
got to give up a little bit more.
Yeah. You have
than
to
just the
like.
music.
Yeah, true,
That's what
true.
it is now. Like social media, you have to give them your life.
Yeah.
So you can't just be the music,
So let me ask you this then. You said you knew this is what you had to do.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way about the music? As in, this is what you have to do.
Yeah. It's still what I do.
What's the driving? What do you want your music to be saying? In like when you felt like this is what I have to do, did you have like an objective of this is what I want my music to impact people on, or a message, or I just want the vibes, or I want people to feel me, or like?
I realized this recently. So sometimes people be asking me, Pappy, which international artists would you like to work with? You know, who would you like to feature? And I actually think about it, and it's like I can't think of anyone. You know, I would love to be in the same studio with D12 and laugh and share jokes, you know, but I don't see myself making music with Kendrick. I don't see myself making music with Jay-Z. I don't see myself, like, I just don't. But I actually see myself making music with Slim Basta. I see myself making music with Kojo Entry. So I feel like I feel like there's a connection with the Ghana side of me. You know, I feel like people that I really grew up on, like these people, and I'm very grateful and happy that I've been able to work with most of the people that I, you know, idolized growing up.
Have you done a record with Kojo Entry?
No, but I met him.
Okay.
You know, but I've apart from Kojo Entry, like mentioned them like Kontihine, Tic Tac, most Kwakese, like Book Back. You know, like these people are the people that I really looked up to growing up. You know, Hama is actually a big fan of my music, which up until now I still can't believe that. So
that was the focus of your music to meet
I
these.
think it's just to, you know, be able to make music with these people that I grew up on. Yeah.
Yeah, Kojo Entry, I think is a legend as well.
Yeah.
So it's
What part of, so you're talking about all of these guys and how you can meet them easily, or you have met them and it's so easy for you. What part or which part of fame do you like, and which parts don't you like?
Bro, I just know that whatever that I'm doing is for Ghana. I believe that Ghana comes first. You know, so what was the question again? Sorry.
What part of fame do you like, and what part don't you like?
Fame.
Yeah, fame. Because you are known, and you know.
The fame that I like is the privileges. Is that how you say? I mean, being able to get access to certain things because of who you are and things. And the ones that I don't like is the privacy sometimes. Yeah. I feel like, but that's what I asked for, so I don't really complain.
Yeah. So how do you deal with that? Because I know before fame you were able to walk to go and buy your watch, to go and buy your
still do
meals.
that up
You
until now.
still do that.
Still do that,
But is it the same, or you have to think twice before you move?
Yeah, but nowadays I just, you know, tell them, put the camera down, put your phone down. Yeah, it's just, back then I used to like fake it and always want to be, hey, hi, hey. But it's not always like that, you know. I'm also a human, so sometimes I just be telling them, Charlie, put the phone down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's brave.
Yeah.
Charlie, did you guys see Kanye sees that TMZ reporter's phone some time back?
Yeah. When he smashed it?
No.
He had a few
didn't.
incidents.
Yeah. He didn't smash it. He just took it and spoke to her like at length. Yeah, and you know, because it's crazy. The last time I saw you at Osu, you had your, like, if you hadn't called me, I would have never ever seen. You had your head bent down and, you know, like sneaking, like, you know, and all that. Like,
I like to enjoy myself too. I like to go out, you know, meet people, you know. Ghana is always like, when I'm here, it's like I need to have fun, you know, and sometimes because of work, you know, it's like, oh, you have to stay indoors. But bro, I'm here because I want to have fun, you know. So, Charlie, it is what
When you say when you're here, like, are you based not in Ghana now, or?
When I'm here, it's because of work.
But you live outside of Ghana?
Yeah. I live in Italy.
Oh, wow. Okay. You prefer it there?
Yeah. I would say that because
passport.
like like all my documents, like hospital stuff, is easier there. Yeah, so I'd say yeah, I prefer it there.
Jason,
Yeah.
that's what your mom calls you.
Actually, they all call me Pappy. Jason is just the JSS people.
Yeah,
Because I went
okay.
to JSS with that call me
Okay, cool,
Jason.
cool.
Yeah.
So you speak about your grandmom often. We hardly hear about your mom and even your dad. Could you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah.
Your mom.
Okay. My mom, she lives in Italy. My dad is white. When I say that, people don't believe that. That's why I'm mixed. But my dad is. My mom is married to an Italian. Yeah, bro. It's like the B lifestyle. I don't know what else. Like, yeah, I have 2 siblings, a brother and a sister. Yeah. I speak about my grandma a lot because it's like in relations to Ghana. You know, like when we talk about Ghana stuff, like when I think about my childhood, the Metro TV, the GTV, and the TV3s, my grandma is right there. You know, yeah. But if you were to ask me certain things about Italy, I'll probably be talking about my mom and.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Cool. So your mom left after you were born, or you were born in Italy?
They brought me here when I was 4 years.
Oh.
Yes. So I stayed with my grandma up until when I was 13. Yeah, but in between I'll go and come. And then, yeah, after that, after I left at the age of 13, I never came back.
Wow. That Pappy's story reminds me of Penny.
Yeah.
Penny story. Yeah. Do you remember? I mean, 4 is a very, very young age, but I don't know whether your grandma now tells you, like, were you crying that you wanted to go back to Italy, or Ghana was the place for you at that age?
Oh, I'm sure I was crying to go back. I'm very, very sure. They told me that they took me to this nursery school, and I told them that I didn't like the school. You know, so like me winning bonum, like me tremor. Yeah, so yeah. So I'm sure I really wanted to go back. Yeah.
Yeah, Fred.
So I'm just. This is my first time meeting you in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I know of your work and followed some of your social media, but now that I'm just watching and listening, what I'm processing is you're a very calculated person.
Oh yeah, very.
Where does that come from?
I think life experience. I used to not be like this. I used to go freestyle. But as I grew up, I calculate stuff, yeah.
Is it because of an objective, and you don't have to tell us what it is, but is it a goal that you have in mind that I need to get to this place and people might not understand the path that I'm taking, but I know where I'm heading, so I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. I believe in the path that I've taken very, very much. 90% of Ghanaians tell me it's the wrong path, but I really believe in my path. So it just feels good, you know. Yeah, it feels good for me. So
Okay.
yeah.
And I mean, when you get, because every time I bring your name up, even when I said I was coming to talk to you on the podcast, everyone seems to think your notoriety on social media. And when I go through your timeline, I don't particularly see the specific controversial things.
Bro, they say I'm controversial. I don't even know what I did that is so controversial. I don't know. I don't know, bro. People just are bored. Just say stuff. I don't know me controversial. How?
No, I think Mutombo has something to say about that.
Like I really
No, I mean, same. I don't know why.
Because I've read through it and I'm like, okay, maybe you speak your mind, but you know what? Some of it I think comes as a default of our culture. When you speak up a little bit, is that Sakwano Yutuno, that guy, so maybe that's a part of it. But you don't see yourself as a controversial person at all.
Bro, I'm not controversial at all. Like, how am I controversial? Like, what did I do that makes me controversial? I wish someone could tell me what I did.
I mean, the last thing I said, and people are saying keep Yvonne Nelson's name out of your mouth?
I've never
Like-
mentioned Yvonne Nelson. I only say Yvonne. I don't know why people add the Nelson.
That's a good one. That's
Wow.
Always misunderstood.
So wait,
Like,
Pappy. So wait. Is there another Yvonne that you know?
yes, I already told you guys. There's a Yvonne in Efiokuma. That's the Yvonne I'm talking about. Like, Yvonne Nelson is not the only Yvonne in Ghana, bro.
My
Like,
sister is even Yvonne. but-
thank you. Like, what makes you... Well, everything that I say is Yvonne. I don't know why they add the Nelson.
So you've never added the Nelson ever?
Never. It's always Yvonne. And people think it's Nelson. It's crazy, right?
This is crazy.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro.
Well, no, come on. Okay. Yeah, fair, true. I mean, he's right,
Bro,
You know, in the court of law.
Yeah.
bro, I always say Yvonne. The only time I said Yvonne Nelson was the Our song. When I say Yvonne Nelson, me and I'm in Fenchen.
yeah.
But she was there in the music video with
Yeah,
me. so,
I do
okay.
remember.
But you do have some sort of relationship in terms of friendliness with her.
I used to,
Oh, okay. As like you were artists working together, or
something like that.
okay. Dope.
Dope. So logos 2
Yeah.
is 3 this month.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Shouts. That's one album that I arranged. What does that album mean to you, and what went into making that classic project?
Thank you. That's my baby. I'm so proud. I'm so proud that that part of me will be here forever, even when I'm not here. And I was able to make that album with people that I really like, So that's my baby, man. I started recording the songs a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was actually supposed to come out in 2019, but because of COVID,
Yeah.
I think 2020 was supposed to come out 2020, and because of COVID, we pushed it to 2021.
Yeah.
That is my Paimuka. That is my Makan. That is my
it's crazy. Do you know why I'm asking you what went into it? Like I want to know even the period because of the features. You had everybody on there.
Everyone.
Sarkodie,
Sarkodie on 2 songs. It's
yeah,
not easy
like
to get
it's
Sarkodie on
crazy.
2
Kofi
songs.
Kinata,
Kojo Q,
Joey
Joey
B,
B, Kwame Eugene. No.
Wait,
Kwame Eugene.
Jedu Blambule is up.
Jedu
Jedu
Blambule is there.
Yeah.
Kinata is there.
Is that your last project?
No.
Okay.
My last
What's it
project-
called again?
Logos 2.
Logos too.
I go bump on myself.
Yeah, you need to. You need to.
Yeah. So what went into? How difficult was it putting this project
It
together?
actually wasn't at all. It actually wasn't difficult at all. Like every person that I reached out to was there. It actually wasn't difficult at all.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Did it take a long time to bring everything together?
the one thing that slowed me was actually the COVID, because I planned to release the album in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because of COVID, and I was stuck over there too, so I had to wait until things were calm. That's why we released it 2021.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't difficult at all.
Do you have a favorite song there?
It changes, but right now it's Tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, Tonight with Adina.
Yeah, Adina.
Yeah.
So how did you pick the people that you wanted to feature? Is it do you hear the beats and go nah, this person will sound or
Yeah. Mostly that. Sometimes I end up in studio with. I like sometimes when I'm a fan of your music, I like to get in the studio with you and take your energy. So the one with Kojo Q this, he had released a song during that time, and it really inspired me. I was like, yo, bro, let's get to the studio. This is fire.
Yeah.
So then I would get in the studio, and then we got in the studio, and then we did that one. You know. So it depends. Not everyone. The one with Busiswa Thomas, that song was out already, but then Busiswa heard it, and she was a fan, and then wanted to jump on it. So we did a remix. This the one with Sack. One was we had recorded one. I can't remember where, but the other one was in his house. It was the first time going to his house. So we
okay.
went there. He had a studio, and then we did that one. Who else? Kwame Eugene, actually, I reached out to Richie. Yeah, because I had done a favor for him with Miss V back then. So I liked Kwame Eugene's music, so I reached out to him like, you owe me. And then and then Kwame Eugene came through. So yeah, it depends, you know.
Yeah. So out of all the songs, which one was difficult to put together, or which artist was a little difficult to get? Like you guys would schedule, then it would bounce. You guys would schedule, then it would bounce.
None. Not even Jedi Blambule.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like we sent it to him. He did it, sent it back. Bro, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really grateful. You know, I'm really grateful. Yeah.
So you did mention that you feel like that's your Paimuka. What do you think is the one thing about the Logos 2? That's the album, right?
Yeah.
What do you think it represents, like, for you? What's the one thing that you say, okay, this album, I know this is...
When I think of the album, I think of Takoradi.
Okay.
Yeah, Takoradi plays a major part in my life. So when I think of Logos 2, just Takoradi just comes to my mind. Yeah, and I think that's really important because that's the core.
You feel like it talks about the values that you brought from Takoradi, or just the vibe?
I feel like it's just who I am as a Takoradi person. You know, like not necessarily like fancy, but Takoradi in particular. Yeah, so it just gives me Takoradi.
Okay. Yeah. So for Logos 2, one person who you worked with on the album is Talal.
Yeah.
Do you still work with him?
No, not anymore.
But what does Talal mean to you? Like, you know, are you guys still cool?
Yeah. Tala, everyone knows how Tala is. Like,
Yeah, it's
bro,
right,
like the Tala is just different.
Talal, yeah, different.
It's different.
Which
So
Yeah. Pappy's back in the day, my manager. Like, he was managing.
Did he
you.
go to Butchie with husband?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, I
don't know.
think so.
Light skin, a little bit.
Short.
Tala
Talal.
Sangari.
Sangari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's my junior by a year. He's an advancement boy.
Yeah. Did he shape you in any way? Like, what's one or two things you did you take from him? Because I know you guys work together. On Logos.
Like me and Tala go way back. Like I remember 2011, 2010. If I'm like I used to record in the studio with JP.
Charles.
Yeah. So me and Tala just go way back. You know, like. Yeah, and then I got signed to him because his company Creatures.
Yeah, Creatures.
So they were managing me at some point. Yeah.
So now who do you work with? Who is managing?
Oh, right
you?
now nobody. I just figured out that nobody can manage me. So I manage
Why?
myself.
Like,
it's like the way I want things to go. It doesn't always go the way I want things to go when I'm being managed, and it really bothers me. Like it doesn't sit well inside me. So I like to do things my way.
Yeah, but don't you think it will be easier and even better for you to have a team?
No.
People.
I do have a team. Like I do have people that I work with, but as someone who manages me, that person.
What do you think the manager stops you from being able to do? What is the hindrance that your experience with managers has done?
Decision making. You know, like I feel like I want to decide what's good for me. I want to decide what's for me. You know, and sometimes when it comes to that part, they decide.
They want to do the politics as usual.
Yeah, and I don't
don't
agree.
vibe like that.
I don't agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of said something that I want to dig a little bit further into, because I asked you about your album and you says Takoradi. It just reminds you of Takoradi. What do you think Takoradi means to Ghana in the space of what you're expressing as an artist? If somebody doesn't know Takoradi, like you know Takoradi, what does that mean? What do you mean?
Good question. I feel like Takoradi, they don't get enough props. You know, I mean, looking at the history, I feel like Takoradi actually played a major part in, when it comes to Ghana. So that's actually a good question. Good question. I just know that Takoradi don't get enough props. People from Takoradi, secondly Takoradi, they don't get enough props. But
in their role they've played in shaping Ghana to be what it's become.
I mean, they gave Ghana Pappy Kojo.
Yeah.
So I think that's good.
I love it.
Yeah, I feel I love that place, man. Like it's good memories, man.
So like if you are selling some Takoradi to someone who doesn't know even Ghana or Takoradi at all, what would you tell them? Like
it's peaceful. We don't go through what you people go through here in Accra, the traffic and the.
No, but there's traffic in Takoradi.
No,
when there's traffic, there's traffic.
No, there's no
Oh,
traffic.
Pappy, come on.
There's no traffic in Takoradi, bro. Traffic? Where are you going that you can't walk there? There's traffic. What are you talking about? Traffic where? Bro, there's no traffic.
Because I've been to Takoradi so many times. And
You probably went there when there was like some festival or
fair.
something going on, and so it makes sense. But in normal, like, there's no traffic in Takoradi. It's calm, When I think of Takoradi, I think of beach.
Yeah.
It's just good vibes in Takoradi. Yeah. Even here in Ghana, when I don't have like any shows or anything going on, I'll be in Takoradi. Yeah.
Wow. Do you still enjoy spending time with your grandma?
Always. Like those memories are like always, bro. Like me, like I'm a big fan of like old school stuff. Like I feel like everything was better back then. I'm that type. So of course I enjoy spending time with my grandma. Yeah, of course. Like everything. When I say everything, music, movies, TV shows, everything was better back then, in my opinion. So yeah.
Yeah, but don't you think that with the rise of social media, things are better now? I think we are being, what's the word, sentimental. We just get,
nostalgia.
The nostalgia is still
there. It's not
really?
Nostalgia. I disagree, bro. I disagree. Like, shows were better on GTV back then.
True.
But I know Pappy would say in 10 years or 20 years to come that things were better during these times.
No, I'm talking about 20 years plus. And
it's more
still
than
hasn't changed.
if you're talking about like the Thursday theaters and the
like,
Opera,
bro,
and all of those things, that one,
concert
I think
party,
we've
taxi
deteriorated.
driver,
Yeah.
like bro, like
in terms of the quality
even Metro
of
TV advertising cycle, like all these shows, like bro, TV, like bro, things were better back then. Music too.
I mean, same for me. But I think that sometimes my brain just tricks me.
Give me an album in the past 10 years, an album that works for you.
From here?
Yeah. Like an album that works for you from
in the past
Ghana
10
in the past 10 years.
Wow. In the past 10 years.
Give me an artist and the album that
I don't listen. I haven't paid attention. I haven't been included
I
for the last 10 years.
But
I would say Baba J. Her vibe.
I'm talking about album.
She doesn't have an album yet, but as an artist, I think, yeah.
Wow.
Like, back then, if you're talking about like Mecca, Semsebe,
yeah,
the Hamas, the last two album.
No, yeah.
I don't get that nowadays.
But do you think it's a part of why we're experiencing this is that the grinder that you had to go through when you were coming up, you had to be in different spaces, different places, impress different people who had already achieved something talent-wise. You also respected them. So when you step in front of them, you're either coming with it or they're going to be like, try to get this fool out of here, because you have to have some level of talent, skill, be unique. Now, everything goes straight to just push send, and you could be a star overnight. So no one is really molded A&R in you pretty much for you to become a full-fledged artist.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah, right now you don't even need to do music. You can just be we have social media influencers.
Yeah.
You know, what is that 20 years ago, like,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
10 years ago? You know, like, so.
Yeah, I also feel that, back then, even to record, you had to go through,
Yeah.
you had to pay.
Yes.
Right? So you ensure that whatever you are putting down or whatever you are going to record is dope.
Yeah.
Now you have your mic and in your
Your
bedroom,
laptop, you can record it.
You can just do
Yeah.
anything.
Just get drunk and just say
Yeah,
whatever the fuck
just-
you want to say.
You can just do anything that you
Like,
want to do.
imagine, like, when you, there was this, it's still on YouTube, when Hammer was making his first album, when all the guys were in the studio working together. Like, you have to cherish that moment. You know,
Yes.
you have to. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it brings all kinds of energies into the space for you to kind of.
Yeah.
So then, what do you think about it? You're looking at music, and there's a bit of nostalgia. You're feeling like the music is. If you had, let's say you were the pilot or the driver, and you had the wheel, which direction would you be taking the industry now, given everything that's happening with Afro beats, the globalization of African culture? Like, if you could.
The authentic Ghana sound, bro, it does something to me, bro. Like high life, hip life. It just does something for me. You know, I don't know who I can think of. Like you said, Baba J, she has this song called Wonderful, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are certain songs. It's a few people that actually, but if it was up to me, like, hip life would still be there. You know, that authentic Ghana sound.
That's what you would push the industry in that direction. Like,
yeah,
look,
I
let's
feel like
stay on
Ghana, we
this.
have a beautiful sound. Like, it touches me. Like, one of my favorite songs ever is I am my shorty, one. Ghana can no go
Yeah,
fame me. I
yeah.
feel like that's like Ghana sound.
Yeah.
You know, like.
So how did we lose all of that?
I feel like the cool kids, when they started coming to Ghana, they
Yeah,
flashed Ghana with the
return.
Nas and the Chance the Rappers,
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the cool kids. They messed everything up.
But wait, I think Ghana music got messed up before the cool kids came through.
No. I disagree. I feel like it's the cool kids that ruined everything.
It plays the
But
blame
you were
squarely
part
in this.
of the cool kids.
But I was a cool kid, Ghana cool kid. I was the cool kid who was chasing up Raffo.
Because back then you would see Pappy and he was on point.
Yeah, but I was
You
a
know?
cool kid who would see Slim Buster and kneel down. Like,
Okay,
this cool
fair.
kid, like, I knew my history. I knew my
were a student of
sound.
the game.
Yeah, so there are some cool kids who don't even want to listen to, like, bro, like, it's even if it's not, if it has to be in English, if it's not Cree or any local language, like, bro, the cool kids really ruined things for us. Trust me. Teach me how to track.
Secret.
Teach me how to. For
You're just
real,
an
bro.
interesting person.
For real.
Wow.
Teach you how to do it.
Yeah, teach me how to dug it. All those things, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Charlie-
When was the last time you met a young lady who saw you and then greeted like this? Good evening. Good.
No,
They don't even like it doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, true.
It's like when you meet someone, you're like, good morning.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't, like, all those things are gone. Like,
Forever, eh?
Yeah, it's like they are gone. And these are like normal Ghana stuff. This is what makes Ghana, Ghana. You know? Yeah.
So wow. So wait. Let's say Pappy has a kid right now. Definitely not cool kid because Pappy is Pappy, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, wait. Yeah. So wait, and you have a child right now. I know that, he's going to get the best of everything, education, whatever. Would you stop him or would you train him to be Ghana, Fred, what's the word? You are Ghana centric.
Yeah.
To be Ghana centric?
Yeah.
Or you are going to allow him to...
That's what they will get at home. Like it's Paimuka on rotation constantly.
But he should flow with the times.
You know, I'm the
It
type
is Afrobeat now. You know,
I'm the type who disagrees with mumble rap. I feel like people just want to be nice and say, "Hey, mumble rap is nice." No, it's not, bro. It's like people sit down and put words together, like in a clever way.
yeah.
You know, people really sit down and put words together in a clever way, make it sound a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, it's when you check me from head to toe. Or brother Sal over your
but
to
it's a
say commando.
commando.
319
Kojo
Kojo
ho.
ho. Ye bray ye muje ye bray ye hu ye
Ti
shishe do. In the period, you know
True
that
mo
you
Charlie,
did flow.
Toro.
Chuko, and you cha,
Cha-
chudi
you
brofu
brofu
kotiko.
kotiko.
Asamaba, mamenka, mazisa mamia boka oda on that. The sempa, rapa timichi, chaka chaka. And yampa, and yentro, and krababo. I feel like people, Oprah really sat down
And put those words together.
but people want to fake and be like, somebody saying, okay, somebody say. It's like, it's fire, bro. It's not fire. Let's be honest, bro.
But is anyone here in Ghana doing mumble rap? I don't think so.
I'm talking about the cool kids.
Yeah. But my mind was racing. Like, is anyone here in Ghana doing mumble rap? Like, nah. Nah.
So, you see, I love the conversation. What's happening? I checked out this kid because somebody asked me to check out his music. Samuel Opoku.
Samopoku.
Yeah,
I
Samopoku.
recently found out about it, yeah.
And I was listening. He's a great writer and everything. And I was vibing. I was like, but I feel like for me, the thing that I'm missing, and I still support his music, but the thing that you're saying about rapati, ajimiti, chaka chaka, is the mixing of the authenticity of being Ghanaian into the rap that makes me feel like, oh, this is about us now. We can actually relate, as opposed to my Ghanaian fellow sounding like some kid from Atlanta. And I'm like, you're doing, and then it's all in English, but I'm not feeling the emotion
I
of
agree.
Ghana in it. So maybe that's what we're experiencing. Like the artistry is not connected. And that's why I fuck with Baba J too, because I think she's authentic.
Yeah. I
Like,
agree.
you know,
I agree. Even though I'm like one of his songs called Ghost, it's like one of my favorite songs ever. But yeah, I agree. I feel like
Samopoku,
I didn't even know it was Samola. I thought it was Sam Opoku. But
yeah, Samopoku is Samopoku.
Yeah.
I think you should change your name to Soku if you watch this, by the way.
Yeah.
It's more, you know.
So Pappy, what are you doing to fight the cool kids?
No,
like,
I don't want to fight.
No, not fight per se. Like, what are you doing to change, like, to bring Ghana music back into business? Because to be honest with you, Ghana music, day,
bro.
Day. Let's be fair. Ghana music, no day.
Bro, it's
It's morphed into Afrobeats, Nigerian style.
Yeah.
Bro, like I feel like I would pay any amount of money to see Pryor perform their songs back to back. Like Pryor. I don't know, bro. I don't know. And I don't think it will ever come back. Okay, where we are heading to bro, I don't think we're ever going back to that authentic Ghana. Like, bro, if you listen to Foria Ponsan, collaborate and listen. Why Benye? Well, baby,
throwback.
Like, bro, you can't deny that it's not Ghana.
Yeah.
You can't deny it, you know. I mean, well, maybe at a shock or like KK Fosu, like KK, this style. Like, bro. It's not the,
so how we lose all of these?
I don't know.
We don't have the correct support system. The people who are supposed to invest in what we believe in, they don't want to invest in what we believe in. See, I remember sometime on social
Are we
media,
giving them a reason to invest?
Of course, plenty of reason. But think about it this way. I remember when social media was blowing up and Ghanaians were making fun of the Nigerian artists that were paying the Rick Rosses of the world, the Ace Hoods, the yada yada, for that foray into the Western market. That was a lot of, whether you call it blood money, whether you call it drug money, whether you call it fraud money, whatever you call it, they pumped a lot of investment into representation. We were back here chilling, acting like this shit is supposed to happen by magic. Maybe we thought prayer will get us there. But the fact is that someone like Pappy, your passion, your talent.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel like I had to just say that. Like,
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
I love it. Somebody has to take an active interest in the business of making the sound last, or it's going to fade away. Because if it's not making any money, if it's not bringing any return on investment, if the radio doesn't think you're cool, but they think Davido is cool, then the younger people are just going to gravitate towards Davido. But I see you as your love and passion for the music should be what we should say. Chai, that guy be cool ass guy, because he knows his retro stuff, but he's also forward thinking, and we should promote that. But bro, if we don't promote him, who go can promote them for we Nigerians? May they come support one highlight. Did they take the best of what we have to add to what they've already created? And then the rest of it, they
Bro, honestly, when I think of KK Fosu and D'banj, I don't see any difference.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I feel like D'banj is more respected than KK Fosu. And I actually believe that KK has more bangers than D'banj.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the problem is. I really don't know.
Yeah.
we don't support our
Pappy,
shit.
if you have the power, right? If you have the power to, apart from Obrafo, because I know you say Obrafo, so let me just clear Obrafo out, to like manage or to bring back to life, like to mainstream one artist from back in the day, apart from Obrafo, because I know Prior. Really,
Bro, I am assured I want this stupid banger.
and not VIP. I don't come home.
It's Prior for me. Come home is cool, but it's Prior for me.
And not. No, I'm trying to like. I am assured I want dope, but these are the Raka boys. 555.
I still wouldn't
They
put
are-
5-5 over.
Chai, them are song we wrote for 55. Them a song.
Bosuke na move back.
Yeah. Muje Baya.
Yeah. I fuck with, like, my favorite 5-5 song is Bosuke na.
Yeah.
Like the sound is more Ghana.
Yeah. You know,
I know, I agree, but
still Prior.
Prior does something for me.
Okay. Cool. So let's talk about live shows. You actually engage the crowd.
Do you remember Scamala Joe?
Yeah, come on. Yeah, I do. Hey, Charlie.
It's just what
We have to do this episode a throwback episode, Charlie. That song.
Yeah, bro. Like something about Prior. Like it's just Ghana. When you hear Prior song, it's just Ghana. I had to just say that. Go ahead. Let's talk about it.
No, before I even ask my question, what do you like? Okomfo Kwade.
Oh yeah, I enjoy his music, but I was not like a big, cause me I liked rappers, So even
But
when
Okomfo Kwade was a rapper.
I disagree. Okomfo Kwade was never a rapper.
You feel he was more of a singer?
Yeah, more of like a singer, like Black Sherif stuff.
Because I feel Okomfo Kwade is a dope rapper. I see him as a rapper.
He's not. He's not even top 50 best rappers of all time.
Oh really?
No. Okomfo Kwade
Well,
is-
I disagree.
No. You enjoy his music. You definitely enjoy Okomfo Kwade's music, 100%. You enjoy it, but he's not a rapper. He's not doing what Reggie is doing. He's not doing what Obrafo is doing. If you're not doing
Fair.
that, you can't.
Does he have? Is it because he doesn't have enough verses, or you just think?
He's not rhyming. He's just saying stuff. You can't just be saying stuff and call yourself a rapper. Then everyone can be a rapper.
Yeah. So
Wow.
he's going in.
Wow.
That's
No,
who
I
a
feel you,
rapper
I
is,
feel you.
right?
I
Yeah,
get
rappers are
what you're
supposed to
saying.
rhyme. Put words together and rhyme. But if you're not rhyming,
But I think
Okomfo Kwade never rhymed. TikTok was even doing better than Okomfo Kwade. Of Comfort Quad never in his life was rhyming.
But TikTok was
Yeah,
a rhyme.
TikTok was.
Small, but like they left small.
Yeah. But TikTok, it's different.
Yeah.
You have to accept TikTok because it's just different. But
Philomena Kwetinga was a banger. It's still a banger.
still like one of the biggest Ghanaian songs ever.
Yeah. Let me go back to my question. Talking about live shows, do you have a memorable show that you will never ever forget?
The one that comes to my mind right now is some show in Cape Coast. That was when I was like, hey, it seems like I have more fans in Cape than Takoradi. I don't know how, but it was mad. It was mad. Like, they were chasing the car after the show. It was mad.
Wow.
It was mad. I was like, this is supposed to be in Takoradi, not here in Cape,
So superstar levels. And my second question from live shows, and I've always wanted to ask this because I have that thing. I have that moment. Has there been any particular moments where you have seen someone in the crowd and that person stuck with you for a very, very long time? You don't know them from anywhere, but they were like maybe singing your song or they were looking at you, staring at you straight.
I remember one guy who had a tattoo of my name on his chest. That's the one I remember.
Wow. Chai never be UK fan, so he just go tattoo parlor with them.
Pappy Kojo was like, hey, it'd be hard though.
Did you post that?
Yeah.
I said, wow, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that was hard.
That'd be crazy.
To go and get a tattoo, Pappy Kojo.
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Chai.
My mom wouldn't even get Pappy Kojo.
Let's Fred, do you have a question or should I go?
I mean, with your live shows and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because you guys were talking about, I'm just curious about your process. Do you have a process, or how does it fit in your whole arsenal, like your artist career? You have the recording process, you have the touring, you have how does the live performance feel for you? Where do you place it on the?
I enjoy it. I really enjoy performing.
Yeah,
it's probably my favorite thing to do. I really enjoy it. Like when you see people rap the same rap that you're rapping.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's
I was at a show of yours where you paused and the crowd just took over.
And they're rapping in Fountain. These people can listen in Fountain. They're rapping. It's the best feeling ever. Wow. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Dope. I wanted to talk about streaming, but before that, since we had talking about live shows, one of the dope shows that I saw of you was actually in the beginning. It was with you and Joey B. And at the beginning you were always with Joey B. Doing back to back stuff. Your the duo Pappy and Joey was so dope. Are you going to make songs with Joey?
I don't think it will ever happen again.
Why?
Me personally, I think I've grown out of that. Yeah, I feel. I think I've grown out of that.
Grown out of
making songs with others, or
no, just him.
Just Joey.
Yeah, I don't think there will be any chemistry. Like, there's so much things that has happened. So to be in the same studio, it will be weird for me.
But don't you think that you can squash that as Pappy? You can squash that and go like, yo, to hell with that.
I wanted to, but he wasn't ready. So right now it's my turn. Now I don't think I'll ever be ready because the respect is not there.
Wow.
So, but you guys had like. Did you have a long relationship?
Yeah, they were tight.
Yeah, like North K was my home 10 years ago. I was always here, North K.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Because the same way I wish or I want Jay-Z and Kanye to do a Watch the Throne Part 3, It's the
Part
same
two,
way.
Bro.
Sorry, part 2 is the
I
same
wanted
way.
that too.
I want Pappy and
Yeah, I think that's what under the bridge right
and
now.
Joey B.
Bro, I wanted that too. We're in the same spot. I wanted that too, but it's like, what do you mean you're not ready? Like, who are you? You know?
I understand.
Yeah.
When you were ready to work, he was in a different space and saying that he wasn't ready to.
It's not even work. You know, like, why don't train home? You know, but you can't do that with me, you know? Yeah.
Wow, so there won't be any Pappy and
Yeah, I mean, I can see how.
Yo, Fred,
Yeah.
they are Pappy
The
and
chemistry.
yo,
I agree.
seeing them on stage is
Bro, I agree.
crazy.
Bro, I agree. I agree.
It's crazy. No, Fred, I'm not trying to blow this up because Pappy's here.
I agree. I agree.
It is crazy.
I agree, bro. I agree, but Charlie, respect first.
Yeah. Me, Chai, Joey, if you're out there, Charlie, you for scratch this and Charlie, because art is art, and yeah, you guys for do this. You guys for make it happen.
We had a project together. They did a whole
songs.
project.
They had songs together. Yeah. So, Pappy, the last place I proper saw you was at the protest. Yeah, I proper saw you there, and that's where we even had this podcast conversation too.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, Charlie, we should make it happen. What role do you think a person, like when I say someone like you, like someone who's in the arts, what role do you play, or do you think you play any role when it comes to speaking out against, against the people at the top, against things going wrong in the space that you live in?
I don't think I wasn't there as an artist. I wasn't there as Pappy Kojo. I just felt like I'm a Ghanaian. I'm supposed to be there. You know, the same thing also happened in Italy. They were doing this Black Lives Matter thing, and I felt like as a black person over there, I should be there. You know, so it's not necessarily who. I just felt like as a Ghanaian, we're all supposed to come together and be there. You know.
Yeah. So why were you there?
Because Ghanaians were complaining. You know, I keep saying this. People think I'm bluffing or I'm doing too. Me personally, I don't feel it. You know, my AC is on 24/7.
Word.
I have a chef at home. I have a cooler. Like, bro, we chilling. Like, if I won't go Italy tomorrow, no, I take my passport. I go left. I never seen the embassy in my life before.
Wow.
Yeah. So me personally, I don't feel it. You know, but for my friends, like every time I go to the studio, they complain about light off. So I had to be there. I had to be there for my friends, my Ghanaian friends.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
That's how much I love Ghana. But when I say this, they think I'm joking. But it's the truth. It's the truth, yeah.
So you're basically like fighting for your friends.
Yeah, my Ghanaian
but
friends.
not you, because you
I
are okay.
I don't feel
You
it
know the
at all.
feeling.
Yeah.
Protest, right? We're protesting. What exactly, I'm not sure anymore, because the country feels like it's been broken since I was a child. And I'm a full-blown grown man now. Like, there's no even youth attached to where I find myself, because I'm responsible for so many people. And I have to make a living. I have to go out there and, create work, and so that other people can earn and feed their families. So I'm lost in the sauce. But as Ghana, I've never known it to be any different from what it is now. I don't know what your experience are. So when I think I hesitate to be engaged in any kind of thing, because for me, the two parties that we have, that is the problem. And we go through cycles. Just watch. NDC is coming into power for all intents and purposes, it looks like. 2 years in, it will be the same kind of, oh, but why this? Oh, but why that? What do you think from your perspective, having lived in both worlds, having seen the differences in how maybe things have changed in Italy from the time you were a child to now? What do you think Ghanaians may be missing, if they are missing anything in your opinion, in moving the needle to change? When I was a child, literally like small boy, there was Dumso. It's nothing new. There was pipe not flowing. nothing new. The streets were jammed, traffic, nothing new. Kalabule, nothing new. Politicians stealing, nothing new. We keep whining, bitching about the same thing. What is it that we're not doing right?
Actually, I agree. Like Doomsa has always been there. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I thought Doomsa was like a nowadays thing. But yeah, because back then light off,
Yeah.
and then when it comes back on, we are all excited. You
And
know?
I used to have to light lanterns as a kid.
That's true.
Use the
lantern.
wicker
Yeah,
and all
my
that
grandma,
stuff.
yeah, lantern. That's true.
Yeah,
That's
actually true.
Yeah, but we expect things to be better since, you know, the world is changing.
Yeah.
You know, so let me ask you this. Who's your favorite Ghanaian president?
Kwame Nkrumah has to take the cake, and I don't even want to put him in the same
I
category
think that's
as the
like
rest
a
of these
cliche.
guys.
Like every Ghanaian.
No,
is
I'll
supposed to
tell
say
you why.
Kwame Nkrumah.
I'll
But
tell you
as
why.
you are alive, like I'm sure you're
In my lifetime.
Okay,
lifetime.
during your lifetime.
Unfortunately, in my lifetime, I haven't been here to experience any of the presidents. I left Ghana when I was 17. Rawlings was still in power. I can't deal with Rawlings because I don't think Ghanaians want to talk about the truth when it comes to him in particular. And people love him for their own different reasons. But in my lifetime, from what I've heard, it sounds like Kufuor did something to change the economy where he governed in a way that it opened doors for all these banks and the financial sector was booming, construction was I wasn't here to experience it, so I don't know to speak from a personal experience. But in my lifetime, they've all been shit. I'm sorry. All of them.
What about
Should
you?
I answer? JJ Rollins.
Okay, I would say Rollins too.
Yeah.
But I agree with, you know, people say he did certain things that, you know, that maybe were nice.
I mean, Fred doesn't like Rollins because of something personal, right?
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, not just personal. So I just had a profound conversation before I got here, actually. So I'll ask you guys a question.
Okay.
We're dealing with theft of monumental proportions. You've never seen
Yeah.
government ransack the public coffers like this, like we're watching, right? But these are facts. Would you, a leader that is capable of ripping a judge's stomach open with a knife and pulling out the 8-month-old fetus out and burning it so that the bleeding woman watches their fetus die in flames, which one would you take? The politicians that are stealing from you now, or the leader that's capable of doing that to a unborn?
Why Rollins did that?
These are
Really?
facts. Yes.
Is
the
this
judge,
true? Is this true?
the judges that were slaughtered,
Yeah.
bro. This lady judge was 8 months pregnant. Her stomach was gutted open like a fish, and the fetus was pulled out. So my issue with Rollins, as he said, one in part was my granddad was an industrialist that was destroyed, but that was not just my granddad. I'm talking about a regime that went into Mokola and started whipping our grandmothers and sticking their
Yeah.
penises in them because they said they were Kalabuli, but they were also using the power of the force that they had to rape them. So contextually, do I want somebody who's just stealing land in cantonments, or do I want the guy that is barbaric to the point where burning an unborn child is cool to them?
Did Rollins burn the child, or his people did it?
It was done under his regime, just like the
so,
same.
I mean,
thing.
I can.
But let's talk about it this way. There's so many things that are happening under Nana now that happened under Kufuor then. The presidency is one of the most docile positions in active governance.
Yeah.
There's so many ministers and things that you have to take a hold of, but the leader sets the tone. So the point that I'm trying to make is that they came through the barrel of the gun and sanitized what they did over 20 years of power and control and rule. I think Ghanaians don't quantify what his impact was because we've never been willing to speak the truth. Because those of us who want to speak up, some way, somehow, because we were forced to know the man because of our own family circumstances and to actually study and know in detail the atrocities that happen to people, it sounds like you're coming from an emotional standpoint. But the truth of the matter is that in his time, our economy was one of the worst rated according to the IMF.
Really?
Yeah. We were borrowing money left and right. The deal they made with him for him to sustain the economy was basically about him transitioning from a military rule
military
to all of that. So all of those things were done to try and keep the country on crutches because they killed industry. They detonated so many. Look, we had businessmen. If you go and ask, they'll tell you Biopoku, all these industrialists that were building factories, ABC Brewery, all of these things were taken from private individuals who were employing people in the name of we're ending corruption. Well, go and do the background check on all of those people and see how they came about their wealth. If they're public servants, how did they manage to own the properties they own, the businesses they own? So I'm just saying, I'm asking the question. If you say you're asking me who was the best president in my lifetime, which we are the same generation, I say none of them. Because they all have their extreme faults. What is happening now is not a joke. But I'm saying that if somebody can come and pull you, that'll be like you. Then somebody can yank you from your house, say you get 2 toilets. So you for die. 2 toilets. That's true. Also. So we don't teach the history, we don't learn the history, and we keep repeating ourselves. That's why I'm asking you guys that. We are protesting, we are doing this, we're doing that. But do we even know what we're protesting? Because Doomsaw was alive when I was a baby. Me saw Lantern. Me saw Coalport.
Yeah.
When I was in JS, same thing happened. When I was in SS, same thing happened. We'll go to advancement, we'll have no water to drink. We're still dealing with the same thing in 2024, and I'm a grown man that can afford to pay any amount of water bill I want to. But we're still dealing with the same thing. So is it the government or is it the people? What are we protesting? I just want to know.
I also believe that the people, as Ghanaians too, we also play a major, part in everything. The mentality, I used to complain about Ghanaians a lot. Like the mentality is different. And I think it would take a long time for that mindset to change. With Ghanaians, I believe that. I believe that people also, like, you can't just blame the government. It's all part of the people. Until we change our mindset, everything will just keep, repeating itself. I believe. I expect things to be better now because most of these people, like, they travel outside, so they know how things work outside and stuff, So I expect them to, like, know better, but apparently they don't, Like, I don't see why 2024 children are still selling water on the streets. Like, if you're a president, how is that even possible? Like, right after when you come out of the airport, from there to Spintex, street lights off.
Yeah.
Like, this is airport. This is
Primary
entrance to your country.
Yeah.
Like, lights, like certain things, I feel like, okay, you don't want lights somewhere. Okay, the Cape Coast back there. Forget about airports. Yeah, but I feel like certain things, like, they really, really just don't care.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man, bro.
They just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, because they know.
Yeah,
like,
you have to care to do these things. Like, if you don't care, that's when these things will happen.
Yeah.
So how do we get past? Because I feel like, I guess I'm asking more and more because I keep missing these protests and I'm never there. And I feel like a
you
hypocrite.
intentionally don't attend.
I
So don't say you are missing it.
I said, I
Please.
meant that in a way of not to say I missed it,
Good,
but to say
good.
I'm missing it intentionally.
Okay.
Because I'm wondering, it's like, to me, I like sex.
Me too.
Masturbating, right, is some way of thinking you're having sex, but you're not really doing it because the real thing is the real thing. And I feel like protesting kind of reminds me of that, makes me lonely after I'm done. You use your own lotion, you did fantasize for your head inside. The girl way, get a potu to go talk to, you did imagine them for your head inside.
Try Fred, the way they describe it,
I agree. I agree.
But I'm just saying, we're going there to protest, we'll come home, we all chill, and then they go turn the water off. Look at the Legon thing, the African Games.
Yeah.
Bro, $250 million is the tab on our heads. We are not out there protesting.
For what?
They say the thing they do for them, no? Whatever they did that they think they've done.
$260 million.
$250 million.
Dollars.
That is 3.25 billion. 100 million. Baku, 30. 100 million cedis. Stack it up 30 times. then add 2.5 to it.
Jesus Christ.
That's what they've done at the stadium. So what we should be protesting, we don't even hear about it. Our journalists are for sale. You see, if matter pie right now, where we for talk, you go if you call all the stations, them all go line up, they can't take money, they go kill the story.
I agree.
So what are we? I don't know, man.
So are you saying we should stop the protests, the demonstrations, and just live and just be?
Or do something else?
Like kill?
No.
I agree.
I mean, we have to do something else. We have to shock the system.
No, like what? Like apart from protest,
Me, if you ask me, because I don't like complaining and not think about the solution. If you ask me, the youth of this country should voice their displeasure with both parties.
It will be the same thing.
By staying out of the elections for 2 cycles, just 8 years.
That's
Dog
worse. Because if you don't vote, someone will vote and these same people will come.
Bro.
So
organize your body for 8 years. Focus. Organize your body for 8 years and come up with a new movement. That is the only way you're going to break the chain.
So do you support the new force?
New force.
Yeah.
Shout out. Shout out Cheddar, my namesake. I don't use that name anymore. He has more money than me.
No,
But
so do you support it? Because it's similar to what you're saying.
I think the system needs to be broken. If it takes him, God bless him. I don't think he'll get anywhere. That's just the facts of it. Because MPP and NDC are too strong. But we have to... The power is not with a new force. The power is with the youth. The youth have to voice their displeasure. This is about your children's futures, your wives. When you go to Kolibo and you are trying to give birth, you are laying on the floor. In 2024, you are laying on the floor and they ask you to bring your own bucket, your own mattress, your own cloth. Like, we should be ransacking the streets if we're serious. Like, these people are driving around in V8s and chopping money.
Ransacking will lead to death.
That's what I'm saying. So if you don't want to ransack, then sit out and really express your displeasure by forming your own movement. For 8 years, we can put our heads together and pick our own leader and say, this is the manifesto. This is what we're going to bring to the Ghanaian people.
Do you support Cheddar?
No.
Why?
I don't know enough about him to support him.
Pappy, what do you think about Cheddar?
I think he will be a cool president because of the way they dress.
I like that.
Yeah. Let's be
His
honest.
billboards are like
They are so posh. It
looks
reminds
like
me
he's
of
advertising-
Yankee,
you would think he's
elections.
like a CEO of. He's trying to push some business,
Yeah.
not like presidency, because even the color of his shirt, is
Yeah.
like
He's hanging out with Floyd Mayweather and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it's cool as a president. You're hanging with Floyd Mayweather. We can relate. People like me. Yeah. So
Yeah.
But I think because when he speaks Tree, he has my attention.
Yeah.
Every time he speaks Tree,
Yeah.
he has my attention because I think he's a different guy.
But Cheddar raps very, very well.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Oh, back in the day.
I didn't know that.
Really?
There was this studio at the first place I encountered Cheddar was this studio at Adabraka. It was a Wonder World. Freestyle is Cheddar #1.
Really?
Yo, Axe.
I know with doubt.
He acts.
I mean,
I
he
see.
he used to hang with rappers.
Yeah.
So
Freestyle Cheddar #1, hands down. I will put my money on Cheddar any day.
I see.
Back in the day, crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Crazy. So Pappy, do you, from what Fred said, do you think we should stop demonstrating?
I kind of like agree what he said. Because I feel like the protesting thing, without us going out there to do it, is already out there. Like there are pregnant women and children on the streets selling stuff. That is already protesting. Like you should do something. Like that is already someone calling out for help.
Yeah.
So I kind of like I agree with what he's saying. But then again, I also feel like we're in a new age where social media really works. So Ghanaians coming together and them hashtagging and posting videos and is bigger than before.
Yeah.
And that is also a fact. We can't deny that. But yeah, I also feel like people should just forget about. It's gonna be hard, But I feel like if people were to quit everything they're doing, the doctors, the engineers, everyone stopped, because they're not getting well treatment from the government. I feel like they would do something about it. Yeah.
I think we live by that.
So yeah, cool. I mean, Charlie, but this Rollins thing that you told me, that you just said, I had no idea.
Me too.
Really,
Yeah,
I had no idea.
do my research. I can't just sit
Yeah.
here and listen to you.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. I feel
What do
you.
you mean?
Yeah.
Like you could be saying the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
But
Just dig into it.
Yeah,
There were. I don't want to lie. It's either 6 or 8 judges.
Yeah. Okay.
They stood up.
I've heard people say like Rollins used to be a gangster, but that's what I actually like about Rollins.
So you see, the reason why I'm very hesitant in advocating dictatorial rule, I see it a lot on social media. Like a lot of young people say, "Chai, we need a dictator. Africa, democracy doesn't work." Blah blah blah. Look at Rwanda, which is a whole different story. But I'll just say this quickly. You see, if you've never lived through an era where one man's thought process is the law. So me and you day here, we all be human beings. You can express yourself, I can disagree. Mutombo can chip in, they can say whatever. And we're cool. At the end of the day, we don't have to agree on everything.
Yeah.
But the moment that the dynamic changes, where I'm in this room and I'm wielding a gun, and I say, if I no talk, nobody for talk for this fucking room or bullets go fly. Where you Pappy talk, say, hey, boom, they are off you. Where did they watch? What do you think that does to the rest of the people around? Everybody go steady in body. Then Mutombo go, but you what you do not, boom, I off him. No regard for life. I'm just saying that in Rollins' era, he was the law. We had a constitution that was scraped away, and then he made a law to say that the judges that were governing the country didn't have a right to even go back and assess the things that he did. So let's say I falsely accuse you to say you, Pappy Kojo, you be thief. Me, I be the law. I say you be thief. Where you say, oh, massa, I dey rap. My money I make, I go fit show you. My friend, I catch you go put barracks where I off you. Then after I do that, I say, when I'm gone, when my government is gone, no one can come and scrutinize what I did, that I wrongfully killed Pappy Kojo. That is the era through which we lived. So the Rollins that most people met in 90s was I have transitioned from all of that debauchery and craziness to, oh, I'm the guy who comes in and mixes gun with English, and then you're man, turn off in your turn, and then the lovely stuff and stopping in traffic and directing traffic and all. I'm not saying he's the only heinous person that has governed the country ever. I'm saying that as a people, we are not conscious enough to even understand the traumas that we're dealing with and what is governing how we live as a country, because they know they allow we make we even talk safe. Me, the things that they talk sometimes, I for catch my body say, hey, Charlie, bro, like you might put too many eyes on you because you're saying things that a lot of people don't know. But I come from that. My granddad was killed. My dad, his chest was opened up in 3 different spots because somebody just didn't agree with his existence. So you have to also speak up and let people know that, Charlie, how do we get better? How we could do one better? So you guys do the research. It will be a good conversation. This is actually something that I would like for us to talk about on a broader scale.
Didn't he like apologize for everything?
No, never.
I think he did.
The National Reconciliation
I think he
Committee.
did.
He never
He had-
apologized.
He never?
I
Never
think he
apologized.
did. I heard he apologized.
No,
for
that was
everything.
something that the party put forward, but he himself has never said, I am sorry for what that era did to any family. It was Kufuor who came in and wanted to do the national reconciliation
Yeah,
thing.
and yeah.
And he did it, but you see, the Constitution says, because Rollins and them made sure that when the 92 Constitution was being put into place, it gave him protection to say that nobody could go back and punish him.
Oh, so you wanted him to be punished?
No, somebody has to be able to assess what has been done. If human rights have been you can't have a country where you can just kill a judge, or the law will not stand. If judge they come talk my matawi, I go feel off with nothing, go feel pay me, I go kill him. But you killed a judge, several judges. Somebody has to be able to assess and say, okay, this era, the things that were done, let's take stock as a people and figure out what actually happened to us. But you can't do that. But the problem is that it protected the presidency. It didn't protect Jerry John Rawlings. So every president after that saw it as a way out. If you can't prosecute him for killing and stealing, then if whoever comes and fills that position, whatever they do is protected in perpetuity, forever. So somebody has to be awake enough. That's why I'm saying the youth needs to step back and say, we no go vote again. This constitution says you for change them. Because the reason why we can't hold anybody accountable, if the next party come, you know, go prosecute the previous party. It's just a cycle. Take enough, survive for 8 years. Make me to account take enough, survive for 8 years. And they will keep going. There's no reason to change.
Wow. Yeah, home. Charlie. So Pappy, so the moving on. I know Fred and Jerry John Rollins, the late Charlie. This matter there, if we enter,
serious, bro.
yeah, the beef,
Just do
Charlie.
your research, people.
Yeah. So Pappy, what scares you the most in life?
Reptiles.
Oh, really? From lizards to alligators
every
to
reptile, even tortoise.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like reptiles at all.
Really?
Do you have pets?
Oh yeah, I love dogs. I love dogs. I've always loved dogs.
But you own a dog?
Yeah. Always in my life, always. I own
Really?
a dog now. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like dogs are the best things ever.
And not cats. Some people say cats.
Oh no, cats don't care. Cats just want to exist. They do whatever they want. Like dogs get excited when you get home.
Yeah.
They get excited to see.
Oh, but there
you.
are some cats too.
Bro, cats don't care. Cats
They
don't
be
care.
very diva-ish.
Right.
Yeah.
Cats don't care, bro. Dogs care. Like dogs care.
Have you seen these videos on social media where the dogs are doing all kinds of wild things? Like I saw one that's sweeping and all that.
Bro, the fact that your pets get excited when you get home, bro, that just should tell you everything.
Wow.
Like they are excited to see you.
Wow.
Come on, it's beautiful, bro. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. You see those things too.
No.
Dogs are very interesting. I mean, my sister got chased by a dog when we were young, and I never came around to really adjusting to loving a dog. So I always watch them from a distance. I like them, but I've never been confident enough to like be so close,
Oh, okay.
and pets. But I like,
same.
I
Me
like
too. I like dogs.
Oh, but why you not tell me say Senku died?
Oh, Senku died on the 3rd of January, Charlie.
Oh, Charlie.
He was sick. He got sick and.
I
Charlie.
came in, they told me, I thought it was a joke.
No.
It was a beautiful pit, man. That dog.
Yeah, my
Charlie.
people will die. I mean, we are getting to the end. Do you believe in anything since you're not a Christian now, you're not religious? Do you believe in anything?
I believe in myself.
Do you believe in a God? Do you think there is a supreme force out there? Because I do believe in that.
Really?
Yeah.
You think
I'm not religious, but
you think there's a supreme what?
I think there is a force somewhere. Like, I think
the force is what we live in. The force is the universe.
So you believe the world is an accident?
I think we are all random. It's all random.
random access memory.
Yeah.
It's I won't deny, like sometimes the way we have, I don't know if we really do have free will, but the way sometimes we're able to like do certain things, like we are sitting down having conversations, we try and find solutions, I think on a grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. Like even when you're traveling, like the way you see Ghana, the way how tiny, like bro, we really don't matter.
Are you fool?
Bro, we really don't matter. Like we think we do, but we really don't matter.
Yeah.
Like when you try and compare the Earth to even Jupiter, or try and compare the size of the Earth to, I don't know, to our sun, which even that sun, comparing that sun to another star is like very, very tiny.
Yeah.
Very tiny. It's a mystery, but I really don't think there is a
You don't
force
think we
out there.
matter? So let me ask you this, as a different view of the question Mutombo is asking. If you don't believe necessarily in a higher being, and you think we're random in the grand scheme of things, we don't matter that much.
Yeah.
Your calculating nature that we spoke about earlier,
Yeah.
something must drive a man. Something must motivate a man. Something must make you say, you know what? I know my destination. I know what I want to do. People may not think my path is the right path, but this is me. This is where I'm going. Why do you do those things? Why do you have a drive? And why do you have a destination you want to get to?
It feels good.
It's just for the vibes.
It feels good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point in my life, I do things that makes me feel good. If it feels good, then why not? Yeah.
Wow.
Because I asked this question because of your locket, your nugget. It's
It's just drip.
oh. Yeah, so I was going to ask whether you pray, and all that, but it's just
No
it's just
form
for the
of
vibes.
meditation, no nothing.
Do you?
Meditate to do what?
Wow.
To change things, like to do what?
No, so for me personally, when I meditate, it gets me sharper. It keeps me like on point, like very, very focused.
You think that is what it is. You think if you don't meditate and you tell yourself you want to get focused,
so
you won't
Pappy,
get
so
focused.
now currently, right, from my Monday till now.
So let me ask
fasting,
you this. So if you don't meditate, you can't get focused.
No. It's not on
No.
the
Are
on the
you-
same level. No, it's
Really?
not.
You're
it's not
telling
on the
yourself
same
if you
level.
don't meditate, you can't
Yeah,
get...
I feel a switch anytime I fast.
Bro,
anytime
you are in
I
control
meditate.
of your life. You choose
True,
to do the things
true.
you do. So maybe you've told yourself that
Yeah.
you need to meditate to stay focused. But as you
Well-
are your own boss, bro, I used to think I could never stop smoking.
Have you
I
stopped?
stopped. It's been 4 months. I haven't smoked.
Wow.
So I thought it would be difficult, until I told myself, you know what, let me stop. And then I stopped.
But
So I feel
but
like-
people say when you're stopping nicotine, you go through a phase.
Bro,
you fall sick.
Bro,
You,
if you want to do something, if you really want to do something, you can do it.
So you don't believe in any kind of higher calling, not a higher power, but a higher calling. Like, do you? So the way you say Takoradi, as in, I know you said the word Takoradi, but there was so much meaning behind it.
yeah.
Do you believe in anything that's like, okay, let's do this for the sake of, whether it's legacy, whether it's impact? Do you believe in a higher calling? Like there's purpose to life? Do you believe there's purpose to life?
I believe in Ghana. I really love Ghana. No, I'm being honest. Like, I really be like, if I go to Argentina and I see a Ghanaian, I'll be excited to see a Ghanaian. Hey, Ghanaian, what's up? I'll be excited. Not just the Ghanaian. If I go to Argentina and I see a spot where they sell fufu, like, oh my God, let me go there. So I really believe in Ghana. But that is also because as a young person, that is what was put inside me. So that's what it is, bro.
But otherwise, no higher calling, nothing.
We're all gonna end up dead. So higher calling.
Yeah, I was going to ask this thing about death. Do you care about what happens after you die?
Nothing happens, bro. You just die.
Do you feel that there is life after death, or you are lost once you die?
So you don't believe in the soul, none of that?
It's
'Cause-
all made up.
Because me personally, I think that once you die, you are lost. You don't know what's up. There is no life.
Do you
after
remember when before you were
born? Yes,
So
exactly.
it's the same. Like you don't exist.
Yeah, exactly. Charlie, you be my guy. You be my guy. You be my guy. You are Fred. Do you have any question?
It's been a hell of
Charlie,
a ride.
hey, it's
But
been
wait, you're a
dope.
Christian, right?
Yeah, you can
Yes.
say
That's
that.
hard. It's hard for
Yes,
me to
yes. Charlie, so Pappy, you dropped a project 3 months ago, like some months ago.
Yeah, Kanu. Before
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I dropped before that I dropped Nothing Matters. Yeah, so Logos 2 was the first album, and after that I dropped Logos Hope. That was like a sequel to Logos 2. And then after that I dropped Nothing Matters. That's when I started like doing research, learning more about the stars, and that's what my interest is in now, the planet and solar system, the universe and stuff. That's why I named it Nothing Matters. And then after that I dropped Kanu. Yes.
The cosmos.
Yeah, I've always wanted to ask. I don't know. Is logos an abbreviation?
No, Logos 2. It's just Logos is a name.
Oh,
It was a ship.
a
that
ship.
used-
Yeah.
that used
The
to come
books.
to-
Yeah.
that used to
Okay.
come to,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
so-
okay.
And
Do you read? Do you enjoy reading?
And not really, I'll be honest. But like whenever they told us Logos 2 is coming, like the excitement was, I feel it now, you know. So, yeah, like whenever they say Logos 2 is coming, we're gonna go and visit Logos 2. We're all gonna, you know, it was an amazing feeling.
Dope.
Yeah.
So you're researching and stuff. I feel like I could be wrong. I feel like there's a mask of what you will not reveal for what the purpose of what you're doing is. Because I think from the conversation we're having, for you to care to go do some research about the universe and planets and stuff, you may not tell us, but I think there's a search for understanding behind maybe the purpose of why you're searching. It could be different reasons, but you're searching. So it tells me that you're a thinking man and somebody who has an expansive mind and may not present everything as black and white, but may have a reason for what they do what they do. The question is, why do you do what you do?
It will still end up.
It feels good to be Ghanaian.
It feels good, bro. Like, it has to feel good. Like, my whole question was, why is this everything here? Why does this, just the rock turning around? Like, why is this here? Why? That's my first question, you know? I also used to, like, believe in, like, there was a point where when I stopped the religious stuff, I also kind of, like, believed in the traditional stuff because it was maybe African, Ghanaian, you know, but none of that thing is true, bro. Like, maybe yeah, those things are.
Charlie,
Boy, it's funny.
this TV, Charlie, Fred,
Yeah.
Charlie.
It's been dope.
Pappy, so are you gonna drop projects?
Oh, yeah, that's what I've been doing now. I feel like it makes more sense to me. And I feel like one day when I'm not here, it will make more sense with projects. Because I'm a project guy. Yeah.
But my concern is you should have someone to be by your side, not someone to like manage you per se, but someone you know double things with. You know,
I really do believe in myself.
You really do believe in yourself. Fair.
I really do believe in myself.
Fair.
I won't lie to you.
Because me personally, Charlie, me mom dear, it no be say you day here. Me, if it comes to talents, skill, original, like someone who's original, it's you.
Thank you.
That 100%, and I've
Thank
said
you.
it in
I
spaces.
appreciate this.
You know,
Thank you.
and I've said it in spaces where you weren't even there, like every single time.
Thank you.
So I feel that you have so much in you, and I just got scared a little bit when you said now you are working alone. You know,
don't be at all.
Yeah.
It makes sense, pa. Like, trust me.
Charlie, dope.
Trust me.
Charlie,
And, before we leave, I want people to know that Kweku Menu and Kojo Nkansa are the greatest comedians ever. I just want people to know that, you know. We can argue on Twitter whenever anyone is ready. But I really believe that those two guys are the greatest comedians ever to exist on this planet. Yeah. Like, you can't compare the Eddie Murphys, the Richard Pryors to these people.
Yeah.
I want to say something to you also before you leave. I think my observation of this entire conversation, you said about 4 times, if I'm not mistaken, that when I'm no longer here, and when I'm no longer here, maybe the final one that you said is maybe when I'm no longer here, it will be understood. So that is what I got from you, is that you are working in ways that your footprints should matter when you're gone.
Yeah.
Where is Aketuroro?
Aketuroro is in Italy, and we are not talking anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, so
That was your guy.
Yeah, that was my guy. I cut everyone off.
Wow.
Yeah, I cut everyone off. Like, bro, I'm just looking for a wife now. Yeah.
Are you talking to someone? Do you have eggs in your basket?
No, I don't have any egg. My basket is very empty now. I'm looking for eggs now. So I would like to get married.
It's a cool thing.
It's a very cool thing, right? To have your own,
your own family.
I think it's pretty cool.
Most of the examples of marriage that I see around me is chaotic, and I'm not a chaotic person. I like to love, and I like to be free and peaceful. I don't want somebody who's my policeman checking where I am.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just want to be. So that's hard to find. So.
Yeah. Charlie, Pappy, Charlie, this conversation has been dope. Like we touch on everything, you know, not your usual conversation. And thanks for taking us on a ride into your brain, into your thoughts. You know, I'm actually a little surprised by, you know, your stand now when it comes to, not surprised because I am like that. I don't believe, but when it comes to religion, I never ever thought that, you know, you would walk this path, which is dope. It is freeing. Like you get free when you know, take this path. And Charlie, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Fred.
Charlie, it's been dope. It's been dope.
Charlie.
For real.
Yeah, Charlie, guys, you guys, Charlie.
Can you tell Jesus to holler at me? I have some questions. Questions.
You know, funny enough, I
Same.
believe everyone should talk to whoever you believe in directly, because I don't think people can speak to other people on your behalf as well as you could tell them how you feel.
Yeah, but tell him to holler at me.
I will.
Yeah,
It's
guys.
been a minute, huh?
Yeah, guys, Charlie. I know this project is old, but it's 3 this month. Logos 2.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked it out, just stream it. Logos 2. Because it's a dope project. And
That's what I'm doing.
We the rap.
Don't
play yourself.
Pappy, Charlie, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you. I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the debut one, and then the guy,
the 57
1957 guy, Mensa's.
Mensa's father.
That was interesting that you guys found
Charlie.
that guy. How did you even find that guy?
Yeah, that guy is Mensa's father.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the guy who came here was Mensa's father?
Yeah.
No, I thought Mensa's father was there, but the guy who was doing the interview is not Mensa's. Like,
wait,
No, that's Mensa's dad.
yeah, the guy who was actually
the guy
speaking.
in the that was talking. That be to me.
to me, answer.
Yeah, that's
With a
that's
guitar.
No, I thought different guy was speaking, but Mensa's dad was also amongst, because they were.
No, he was the guy talking.
Oh wow.
Mensa's dad was the guy talking. That was being interviewed. You mean the black and white video, right? That was Mensa's.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But he was with some a pack of you know his friends. Yeah.
Shout out to Mensa too.
Yeah, Charlie, shout. Charlie, Pappy, Charlie, we thank you for coming to the podcast.
Thank you.
The If More Let's Divide podcast.
The name is dope.
Charlie, thank you so much. And Charlie, Fred, the If More Let's Divide podcast.
Yes, sir.
We are through. Oh, Charlie, B.